Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler. I want to welcome all of you back to the 100 Days of Zentangle Project 2021. Thank you so much for being with me today and every day. And our tangle today is going to be a pretty little organic pattern. It is called TEMARI and it is by Hiromi Fukuoka, and she is a CZT in Japan. So let's get started with this pretty little pattern. This pattern, TEMARI, comes from cloth balls that they embroider in Japan, and they're very much an art and craft type of a thing. Very pretty. There are some examples for you to look at on Tangle Patterns, because Linda really does her homework well. And this is very cool. I had never heard of TEMARI before, and so I found this very interesting. TEMARI is formed using orbs. And you want to start with a pretty largish one. And then we're going to divide this into thirds, and we're going to do that with just some slightly curved shapes. Like this. They don't have to be perfect. They're still going to turn out great. Then what we're going to do is we're going to round here and here. And we're going to do the same thing over here. And we're going to ink it in. And this is pretty much it, except for she has got some little flower-like flicks down here. And of course, as always, you can put those wherever you would like. So this is a single element of TEMARI. Now, she's got some really, really pretty variations, and she even used these as a butterfly in one spot. But what she does on the step out is then she makes another orb facing the opposite direction. Of course, the orbs don't face. You know what I mean. It will in a minute. And I'm just going to overlap the bottom of this ever so slightly, and I'm going to come from the same dividing point and sort of do these in mirror. And once again, I'm going to ink these in. And add my little flicks. Okay, and you can make those dense, you can make them not dense, you can leave them off, whatever you want to do. Then she adds a smaller one on each side, and oops. I did not mean to do it that way. However, that's going to illustrate a good point for me. You always want to move out from your center point, and of course, it doesn't have to be exact. But it's nice if it is, isn't it? All right. And now over here, my point here is that this can be skewed. They can be partial. You can overlap them. You can do whatever you want. And they don't have to be perfect. But see, I sort of still came from approximately the start point. So if you get them wonky or messed up in some way, don't worry about it. It's still going to look fine when we get done, okay? Now for the variation that I'm really loving is, well, I forgot my flakes here, didn't I? Try to work with what you've got. Try not to worry. There we go. So not perfect, but it doesn't matter. Now for the variation that I am really in love with. What she does is she adds a couple more of these little inked spots, and she adds them in the middle of the others. So something like this, and this is the same stroke we used in Tentaculus. That sort of little pointy wave. I don't want to blame the stomach stuff on Simba today. It's actually me. Simba's doing okay today, hopefully. All right. And then she even put in a couple more to each side. One each side. Sort of like this. Which is much more decorative. And then she also has some cute examples, like with a butterfly that she made out of these. And so you should definitely check out that art. And then she puts these little round ovals in them, and I think she's got them inked. But I kind of like them. Hang on. Come on, Simba. Up, up. Good boy. Good boy. How's my big dog? I'm big, and I'm a dog. So in each one of these little dips, then you can put one of these in. Aren't those pretty? I think they're pretty. All right, so I'm going to do that to the rest of mine. You do not have to do yours like that. You can choose your own way. Okay, and then we'll put a couple on the sides. You could make those big or small. It is entirely up to you. Of course, too big might cause other problems, but I haven't tried it, so I don't know. I just encourage you to make yourself happy today. Do what infuses your heart with joy. Shout out to someone in Santiago, Chile. I believe her name is Isabel. Girl, you are such a talented artist. If you guys are not following the 100 Days of Zentangle prompts on Instagram, you should. This young lady is astounding with her art and her just go check her out. Her name is Isabel Wallace, I think, and she is talented. You'll know her when you see her. Just look at the 100 days 100 Days of Zentangle hashtag. Just search that, and you will find her. Every time I think I have had a good idea, I go in and I look at her and her art, and I'm just like, wow, I wish I'd thought of that. I actually feel pretty blessed that she decided to do this project with us. So good girl. Also, shout out to wait, it'll come to me. The box lady. Who is it that is doing the boxes? Rainbow something. Oh, your box stuff is awesome, honey. Just keep that coming. Like I have said many times on this channel, if you guys do not have something nice to draw on, go get your cereal boxes or your frozen pizza boxes or whatever boxes you have in the cabinets, and take them off and look on the inside, and almost always you will find a nice tan surface or gray, and they make very nice tangling. I always try to do that on Earth Day, but when I run out of Renaissance tiles, that is the first place I go, is to raid the kitchen. Now, I'm not going to say that I don't have some boxes in there that are, well, some boxless food in the pantry, because I do. But, yeah. Just try to remember to label stuff before you take it. I have some Hamburger Helper in the cabinet that I have no idea what kind it is. So, yeah. I could take a stab, but probably not. All right. Isn't this pretty? All right. So what I thought I would do was, again, steal Hiromi's idea from her Step Out art. She did a little organic thing that was so pretty with flowers and butterflies and what do I know. And so you can make this whatever you want. It can be a flower. It can be a decoration. It could be, I don't know, anything. Yeah, I'm going to put some more of these in here. And I'm not going to mind if mine overlap a little bit. I'm going to use this stray line over here to start my divisions. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Now I'm going to ink them in and just have some fun. I am way behind on comments already. At night I have started uploading the videos while I sleep, and so I'm not getting my comment time in as easily. I just am having to prioritize school, and that is taking me most of the morning. And only when that is done am I free to do this stuff. And so by the time I get to night, I'm really tired. Because I don't have a kid that'll just sit down and work with you. He's got to argue about everything. When I ask him why, he just says, because I can. I've tried to explain to him how that's not a good answer, but then I use it, and then we're in trouble. All right, now don't ask me. I don't know. Do these how you want. I'm not sure. I think it's not going to make as much difference once we get the rest drawn in. And so if you don't have room, you just draw behind. Okay, so that's going to be about there. And we'll put another one here. I really like this busier version, but of course you may do yours how you wish. Okay, so these, I think I'll just change slightly, and I'll put a little round orb in here and leave a little highlight and see how that goes. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to do these. All right, Simba, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. I'm never going to get done today. Sim, thank you. All right. So on the sides of this one, I think I want to change it a little bit and make it just even smaller. And I'm still going to do my divisions and everything else just the same. And so this one will also be smaller. And all right. So if I remember correctly, she used poke leaf and rixty in here, and we might try those. Really lovely tile. We could also put some Arium in here. Speaking of Arium, I saw somebody else who used that see-through in their art and on Instagram, and that was amazing. Good job. Right. You guys can see that these are really, really effective, whatever you decide to do with them, decorating wise. And of course, the sky is the limit. Just because I haven't done something, again, do it yourself. Give it a try. All right, let's do... Maybe we can differentiate here a little bit better. There. Okay. Those are lovely. Those are lovely. Now, I think I'm going to put something else in and then maybe add some more of these here and there. And I can just add single ones if that's what I want to do. And I may. Let's put in... Let's do some poke leaf over on this side. For those who are new and don't know, this is a Zentangle pattern called poke leaf. You start with 2 parallel lines. You put a little hat on there. You start halfway down then on the stem. Just come up here to a pretty leaf shape like this. That is poke leaf. And you just add it in. Sort of like we did wheels yesterday. And these can look whatever way you want. And these are going to overlap, of course, because I know that overlapping is a great way to make your tangling come to life. And like I did with wheels yesterday, I'm going to stick these little orbs in any place where I've got room and just ink in the rest, like this. You can point them whatever direction that you would like. And you don't have to see them all. You can just pretend they're there, like that. And if the space is too small for an orb, you just stick something else in there. Ink it. I think I'll put orbs in here. Not really feeling like squishing anything today. Of course, the day is young. I might get there later. Yeah. I'll add a few more of these coming up here. You can make these stems short or long, whatever fits your purposes in that instance. I just love this tangle. It is very much like flux in that you can put it anywhere pretty much. It's going to look good, which is a blessing. I'm going to fill in over here with orbs. Okay. And I think I'll take this all the way up on the side here. So let's see what I'm able to do here. This part is not in the step out. It's a Maria Thomas thing. But I sometimes have luck with and sometimes do not. Just whatever she does, I want to try. For my beginners, if you have not watched Maria Thomas draw, you should definitely. It is so inspiring. I mean, the rest of them, yes, but Maria in particular, I find the way she approaches things to be very inspirational. And anytime you can learn by watching her, it is a great experience. I don't think I've ever watched her draw when I haven't come away going, ooh, that's what I want to try. So that's a pretty cool statement. All right, of course. River. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Although why anybody would be out in this cold, I do not know. It is stinking cold outside here. Of course, I'm sure it is even colder in all the places y'all are. Unless you're in Texas, in which case y'all just think it's really cold. For the last week, I have been watching the weather miss Texas. Well, they're getting a little bit of rain and wintry mix, but we just seem to be, I think we are right at that equator line, or the place where the tropical regions turn into the temperate region. And so we tend to get both the extreme heat and the extreme cold here. And we don't always get snow and ice like we have this year, but we always have just bitter cold because we're like Chicago, and it's frequently extremely windy here. You know, when the wind comes sweeping down the plain. No, I'm not going to sing Oklahoma for you, but I might someday. I did that in high school. Didn't everybody? No, everybody that lives in Oklahoma, I should say. High School Musical. Oh, wait, that's what they do these days, isn't it? Yeah, if you have a small space, you can always make these smaller. Welcome back, little Miss River. She doesn't like it outside. It is cold, and she has not got much of a coat. I'm going to have to buy her one for next year. She comes back in shivering. Bless her heart. Wonder what my son is going to do when his fingers stop working so quickly and he is not able to hold a controller anymore. He's going to have gamer's thumb, but before he's 15 at this rate. So I saw our state is third in the nation in COVID cases. still. Not sure who is worse off than we are, but yeah. And we are just a big failure getting vaccines out. And I saw Dr. Fauci said today that, or is it Fauci? I don't know. Whatever his name is, said yesterday that taking the first dose of vaccine without the second dose could be worse than not taking it at all, which is one reason I'm okay with the waiting around. And yeah, it's hard to know what to do when you are older and your health is compromised, and and you've got a new vaccine that is, you know, being sort of tested on us now. I'm not particularly in a big hurry. It's just I want to be able to go back and you know, do my life again. That would be good. Let's trap another one, go in the opposite direction over here. Just a little squat guy, sort of fill that space. There. All right, now I think I'm going to start to intersperse them a little bit more lightly packed, I guess is what I want to say. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so for now, I think I'm going to stop this. Do like that. I think I want to put maybe another one down here. I'm having trouble coming around with those orbs, aren't I? I think I'm just going to do a standard one here without all the extra embellishing. Well, so much for my standard version, huh? Okay. I think I want to try something a little bit different this time. I think I'll do these like this. It's not really different, is it? Yeah, it can be. I just think they look unfinished a little bit. Like this. And of course, you could leave out the flower flicks and do something completely different in there if you wanted. Oops. That'll be okay. Okay. That'll be all right. Yeah, I want to put some hollabah here. And I'm going to do my little rounded ones, just a few. Maybe just two. I do like that. It's quite fun. What else? I think I'll stick some printemps in here in these little spots. And okay. Just pretend there's one in there. Okay, and Now, where are we going to go with this? This is fun. I really like it. I think I'll go ahead and fill in this with Printemps. Once again, I'm going to overlap mine, but you do not have to do that. Okay? It's entirely up to you. Baby. Yeah. Could you turn it down or use your headphones? Turn what down? The TV, I'm hearing something. That's not the TV. What is it, your game? Or your phone? No. Then what is it? I don't know. Could you figure it out, please, for me? All right. Thank you. I know it's not my phone because I have 0 thing on it. I am grateful today to have bad weather and electricity. Every time it starts getting cold and the weather turns bad, I get the cold sweats about not having any power again. Drawing around the edge is always a challenge for me. So Lynn Gotham said her dog Karma was very jealous of Simba's new playmate. Simba and Karma have had a 3-year relationship now where when Simba barks on camera, Karma always gets riled up at Lynn's house. And so they've been saying barky highs to each other now for years. And so that's what's going on with that when we talk to each other. Karma is her gorgeous Doberman. And yeah. All right. Now we're cooking. I like how this turned out over here. We're going to definitely have to shade this, but yeah. Do we want to put anything like Rixty or something? I am not as good as that, as others are. We can give it a try. So Rixty starts out the same as Poke Leaf. And then when you get to the top, you're going to ink in a little triangle. And then you're going to aura that. All right? And then when you get to that point, then you just add more stems. And aura again. Mine never do look very organic. Of course, I could be drawing this wrong too. I'm starting to wonder if that's what's going on here. Of course, there are dozens of ways to draw Rixty. Zentangle had on their newsletter for Rick Roberts. This is named after Rick Roberts. I did do this wrong. What am I doing wrong here? I'm going to have to look it up now. Oh, that's what I did wrong. I knew it was something. It was fine. That's just fine. All right, let's try this again. Now that I know what I'm doing. All right, so what you do is you turn your triangle like this, which is very much what we did with wheels, only with points. Yeah? And then you are much better. See? Looks much better. I just had it wrong. And that happens. I have not drawn this for quite some time, probably several years. I got turned around. It happens. And you can make these go off in whatever direction you want. So they're very similar in construction to wheels. I knew it wasn't hard, it just didn't look right. Makes a big difference in how that looks, doesn't it? Got the lunch traffic going on right now. I have always thought I needed to live in Italy because they have, or Spain, they have siestas there. I'm all about that. All about the siestas. And if you run into something, of course, as always, just draw behind. Imagine what that actually looks like and just go for it. When you run into something, just pick up your pen. Or pen. I am terrible with the pronunciation this week. I heard myself saying pin the other day. It's not a pin, it's a pen. Don't ask me. I had an English teacher for a grandmother. She was very exacting. So I'm sure she was a good teacher. Got lots and lots of organic stuff going on here. I think I haven't been as chatty lately because I'm just enjoying this so much. Once I get in here and start drawing, I am getting lost in the stroke of the pen, and that is what we want. We want you to focus on each stroke, not worry about anything else, and it all will take care of itself. So I'm going to draw these up a little bit further. I think I'm going to turn this around and draw them like this. I hope you guys are enjoying your week. I had a day free from kiddo on Monday. And the rest of the week, yeah, that's all his. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm old. And that's not a complaint about my age. It's just a complaint about being tired. So my heart test came back with an abnormality, and so I'm going to have a CT scan and see if we can figure out what is going on. That is a big concern for me. I worry what will happen to my baby if something happens to me, but I also had to remind myself yesterday that people survive heart stuff all the time, and while it is serious, and I will take it seriously, that doesn't necessarily mean a death sentence. So we're just going to take it one day at a time. I've got my test scheduled for the end of the month when the weather should be cleared up, hopefully. Because this week and next week are both supposed to be bad. Let's see. I'm just doing something to finish these off on top. I like that. Now comes the pivotal time where I have to decide, is it enough or do I need more? I think I am going to put one more of these TEMARI up in this area, and I'm trying to decide whether to make it big or small. I think I will make it small, and look at that picture again. I'm trying to figure out how Hiromi did the butterfly. Let me show you if I can manage it, because that'll be the perfect thing up here. So I'm going to turn this and do my orb like this. And I'm going to do my other one like this. Then I'm going to make my little butterfly face. And then, let's see. And let's see. Butterfly was the perfect thing for this. And then she puts two smaller ones down here. this. Yeah. And then we turn our little dividers like this. And I think I want to turn these. So let's Simba finish. Like this. Now, all we need to do is decorate, which is my favorite thing. All right. So let's do our rounding here. I'm just going to put in an extra one. There we go. Okay, almost done. All right, now how to decorate. I think I am going to make these pointy and a little bit bigger, like this. I need some of these here. Pretty sure mine's not going to look as pretty as Hiromi's, but I don't care. It's going to be fine. I'm going to like it. This was very organic and fun. Now I'm going to have to pull out some more grid patterns, aren't I? I can do that. All right, let's do these. And these, I think I want to make round. Like this, just something a little bit different. Okay. And put our little flicks down here too. Okay. All right. Well, you know that this is going to need color, so you guys go to town on this, all right? You know where to shade by now. All of the places where these overlap, right? All of those spots here where Hollabaugh overlaps. And put some more around here in the printemps and really drop that back. Yeah. So I am going to shade with, but you don't have to shade if you don't want to. And you don't have to shade with me if you don't want to. And you don't have to shade the way I do. You can do whatever makes you happy. Let's see how this looks. Oh, I found my tortillon. That is great news. All right. Very pretty. Very pretty. Let's do this poor butterfly up here, who has had a tough day under my pen. I'm going to see if we can puff him up a little bit. Okay. Do some of this. Again, where we overlap. I want to say hi to all my peeps in Southern California. I've got a bunch of you guys. You guys rock. Someday when I am rich and famous, everybody take a deep breath and hold it. I know. I would love to sponsor a tangle get together in this region of my region of the country in the Midwest, so that we could have New Mexico and Texas and Colorado and Kansas and Arkansas. I know I have a couple of you guys from Arkansas, and you know, anybody else who wants to come. Iowa. Shoot, why limit it to the region? Just invite people from everywhere. Got lots and lots of CZTs in this area too. Might be fun to get together. It's lunchtime for the boy. Is the boy eating lunch? Is the boy eating lunch?
Nope.
What is the boy eating?
I was trying to find some bread.
We have some in the freezer, don't we?
Alright, I'm gonna take it.
You can eat a muffin. All right. I think that's most of the overlap I have, except for right here. We're going to do easy, 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 buddy. All right. And here where you've got them overlapped ×3 here, I'm going to try to put my lightest shade on top and my darkest shade on the bottom. Whether or not I will be successful, I do not know. And a little bit lighter here. And then we will get this done over here. All right, let's blend. Wait, tortillon, woohoo! All right. Like I said, if you guys want colored pencils or any other kind of color on here, go for it. This is the perfect color tile for coloring. Or I suppose you could draw it with colored ink. Or you could do both. I don't want to hear anybody telling you you can't do anything. You can do whatever. It is your art. It's not wrong, therefore. If it's your art and you decide to do things a certain way, it is not wrong. Now, somebody else may not like it, but that's not the same as being wrong. We've got a lot of graphite on here. Big surprise. Big surprise. Not really. I always put a lot of graphite on. All right. Sort of lift this up over this poke leaf. Now if I could just find my mono zero, we would be cooking. Sorry about that. I think it's time for lunch for me too. Just try to blend it out so you don't have any harsh lines anywhere. Not promising that I don't. And hold your tortillon in the palm of your hand like this. Yeah. And use the side of it to blend. It's going to give you the smoothest blend. And remember, you can always lift off the graphite with an eraser if you get too much. I think the only other place I feel really needs some of this the only other place I think needs some is this printemps on either side of my hollow. And so I'm going to really get in here with my graphite pencil and give it a good shade. And this is going to drop the printemps back into the background, which it was probably already there pretty much, but never hurts to emphasize that. Okay, I think I've just got a couple more spots here. All right. Let's try to blend this out. We're going to call it a day. It's a day. I am so glad that I am able to amuse some of you. Yeah. I amuse myself constantly, so somebody's got to smile. Yeah. All right. I don't know about this poor butterfly, but I'm pretty pleased with the rest of it. What do you guys think of this? How did you like it? Did you enjoy tangling this, or did you prefer to do another grid pattern because we need to pull another one in? I want to be fair to everyone, although that's not possible, not entirely. But I want people to feel like they have something positive to look forward to. So oh, I need to put some more pencil up there, don't I? I'm just going to clean up my hollabah so it's nice and bright. And yeah, I think I'm going to lighten this around the edges here. And I need to get a paintbrush and just brush the filings off with that. I don't know if it's just laziness or what. Probably just laziness. And I need to not be that way. All right. So I think this is my favorite area of this. I'm not even as stoked about my poke leaf as I usually am when my Rixty is kind of boring. I think I need to add some more shading on this side, and I still need to blend that out. And up here, frequently I find spots that I have missed for shading when I'm doing my blending, so that's pretty normal, I think, for everybody. Or it could just be me. I never know. And I try not to think about it too much because that's just disappointing. All right, one more spot here. There we go. I may add some little orbs in my Rixty. I don't know. This is definitely one that I'm going to be playing with in post-production, as I call it. So while I'm editing this video, I'm probably going to be playing with this tile more. And I may get out some color. I just don't know. I haven't decided yet. And so I'm not going to take that leap until I come to it. This is cool, though. I really like TEMARI. And there are a lot of possibilities I have not yet begun to think of. So I really, really enjoyed the opportunity to play. And while I don't know that it will become one of my go-to tangles, it is very lovely and works really well on organic tiles. Another thing that I could do here in lieu of coloring the whole thing would be to just put some color in the background, maybe some light blue or some yellow, or I don't know. I'm going to have to look at this for a while and think about it, and then you'll see what it is at the end of the video. All right? Thank you guys so much for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed TEMARI, and I'm going to see you tomorrow.